Hello guys, so finally we are done with the intermediate algorithm scripting and this is the last challenge. Map the debris. So let's start it. Uh, Finally we are in the last challenge and we'll be heading to certification challenges. So mm, let's declare a constant first because we would want a pi. And now let's read the instruction. According to Kepler's third law, the orbital is the orbit says use the return a new array. That's so basically we have to use this formula and replace the average alt with orbital period. Orbital period is the calculation of this formula. Now this seems a very simple problem, which it is, but took me 2 days. So let's start. Now, it is very important to make it clear that A is the orbit semi-major axis, and it means that it is not given directly. Okay, it is the sum of Earth's radius, and I guess Earth's radius and GM is given for it. New Earth radius and average alt, I guess. Yeah. Not trying to flex, but I had a pretty good marks in physics, so I guess I figured it out. A is the orbit's semi-major axis. It means that it is the sum of these both things. So let's just start with the calculation. Let's map. Okay, let's map it first so that we can find every item of the array. Array just makes life easy, which item. Okay, for every item, what happens if we console.log item? I love to play with console every item. It would be convenient to use this instead of the example, the test case we had, because this is a longer one, and if something works in this, it must obviously work in this. So let's start. Let's start with the calculation. Let's make a variable for a calculation. Calculation, okay. Return round to a nearest whole number. So we should this keep this in mind. So round it to nearest whole number at last. So we have 2 into pi value, I guess 2 into pi value, 2 into pi value math, okay, into math dot sqrt math.sqrt, okay, let in semi measure axis. Never hesitate to write a long variable name because it should be clear. Okay, it should be clear. That's what matters. Which is we know that it is Earth radius plus avg alt. Let's see what does this do. Semi measure. Okay, measure axis. Average alt is not defined. Average alt is not defined. Average alt is not defined. It means that we have to extract it from here, I guess. Yeah, at one mat.sqrt. What we are gonna sqrt is that we're gonna sqrt semi-major axis, guys. Semi-major axis to the power cube. Okay, so I did a mistake. I did this, okay, and this is completely wrong because for exponential, this is the operator. So never do those kind of silly mistakes. ZM. Okay. Mm. I guess we're good to go. We can console log the calculation so that it matches what we want. 5557. Uh, this is going a little bit more than we want because name Howell, okay, 5557 for 413 and 5734 for this. It's not calculating quite. 5734 is good and 5557, okay, we're good to go with this. We should round it at last. And a round, so let's just round it. So we did round it, okay. Now return this calculation so that mapping stores everything. Now our calculation part is finished because yeah, calculation part is finished. Now what do you want? What do you want from this code? Is that orbital period should be assigned to the value of mapping. Orbital, okay. Now let's declare something like this. New property name. New property name is orbital period. Orbital period, baby. And we also need okay, we also need a loop for this because I is smaller than array length and I plus plus. We need it. Mm, const new array so that we can push into it every time orbital period assign new property name. I guess we don't need it right now. I'm trying to make the code easier so that it became convenience to read and to write. You know, the trait of a good programmer is to write an efficient code. Anyone can write using simple for and if 50 times. I can do it. I can iterate every one of these one on time and do it, but that's not the way. Let new obj false true. Let's declare an array because our final array. Let's declare an array because this is going to be our final array. And we'll be careful that we do not modify this array, okay? Although it doesn't have such requirements, but it is very good practice not to modify this array. It's a trait that is very good. So our news OVZ has everything, okay? Our new OVZ has everything. Now it's time to declare new property name. New property name. It's time to declare new property name, which is orbital period. Camel case. Always follow camel case. New OVZ and new property name. New property name is equal to mapping I. This gonna be one L of effective code. Problem is that we still have ABJ alt because we have not deleted it. Then let's just delete it. JavaScript is a fun language. You just write delete and it deletes. Oh, deleted the orbital period. ABJ, okay, ABJ alt. Okay, this is it, guys. This is it. Now we need to push it. Okay, push it to final array. So our final array dot push what we have created, console dot log our final array, and this is it, guys. We have not modified the array. You can see the initial still exists. Still exists, and this is a good practice. Okay, let's just return it and let's go. Now this series is completed. Not that I have upload every video because it's hard. Okay, so this was the hardest one from this, and this was the easiest one. And I'll upload these videos later when I get the time, but I'll be doing this and claiming the certification. So stay updated.